we can have this reality that we have. So just to be short and wrap this up, the Most High is the founder and the foundations of our cosmos, meaning the outline. If the creator created this creation, the creator exists. What I'm saying is the creator is the creation. The creator exists as the creation. So when you look at Nut, she's the outline. And when you think about that, that's where you get like the Alpha and Omega concept, because we come in the creation through the creator, through our mother, and we leave out the same way. So there's really no death. There's just a bunch of new beginnings that we have. But, you know, when we start thinking about the creator, the way I look at it, it gets real deep, because I don't have an identity for the creator. My identity for the Most High, you all can see my creator right now. Just close your eyes. Darkness. The thing about the creator, why you say, Brother Sanchez, do you worship darkness? No. I acknowledge the fact that darkness is the primordial element. You can't touch it. You can't pick it up, but all things come from it. This lighter in my hand was created in darkness. This pipe was created in darkness. Everything around you was created in darkness. Even the earth was created in darkness. They tell you that in Genesis. The darkness had a voice. It was speaking. That's when the light came on. So this darkness is a personality. It's an intelligent force. You know, water has a brain. Water knows that it's water. Yeah, so let me stop right there, because I don't want to go too long. I think I answered you.
Yeah. I suppose really on Earth, that darkness, if you close your eyes, if you're in touch and in tune with yourself, it's kind of like heaven. And if you're not in tune with yourself, you find it difficult being in darkness, because then you've got to face yourself.
Yep. And see, they always wanted us afraid of the dark. One of the oldest Christian prayers, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, death has a shadow. You see? That's crazy when you think about that scripture, though I would fear no evil. You know, what is this evil that we're in fear of? All of the ugly things inside of the self. So that's crazy. To commune with the Most High, we go back to darkness. You close your eyes. The Christians, they pray, they close their eyes. You turn your head toward the ground. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we pray. So we go to this darkness quite often and don't realize the big role that this darkness play. So this darkness that we go to for sleep, that we go to for death, that we go to for creation, that we come from out of the womb of our mother, this darkness is the most subtle wave in the cosmos that allows for all other vibrations to vibrate upon it. But this darkness is something we need to talk more about, because they got us scared of it. And that's why I tell you the word scared is really the word sacred.
I just had a message from Santos. He said he'll be on soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I suppose I'd never really thought about it like that. Only that I just said that if you're not happy in yourself, you won't like any of the darkness.
You won't, because when you close your eyes, what's going to be projected to you in your darkness is what the subconscious feels is priority for you to work on. You can't escape your deepest fears. If you saw the movie Dragon with Bruce Lee, you see that he was fighting a demon in his dreams, and he ultimately died with brain atrocities. But a lot of that had to do with this demon that he said he had. Demons are not creatures outside of yourself that's convincing you to do wrong. Demons is all the ugly shit inside of you, and you doing wrong because you love it, you animal. And you the one have to change yourself. Michael Jackson said, a man in the mirror, not the demons, invisible demons. You see, the demon is you. You're the one that's creating this hell for yourself based upon what you interpret in this reality as in the darkness. This world come through these eyes, and it's being processed in the darkness of the mind. And based on that, that's going to dictate every action you make. And your actions going to determine where you go, how long you live, what type of person you become. All because how you perceive your reality. So we see from the inside. That's why we got to get acquainted with the darkness, because my belief is that upon death, if you don't have control over your own darkness, that's what hell is, a 9-month nightmare. Because I believe when we're in our mother's belly, by the way, I believe when we're placed in the ground, we're synonymous placed back into the womb or the belly of our next mama. And I believe during that 9 months, you're dreaming. You're dreaming, and I think that you're in kind of like a mixed consciousness state. Hey, shout out to my brother, John Anthony.
Also, to add to that, what I think people have sort of learned is that they think reality is outside, but it's not. Reality is in your head.
Yeah.
And I often, like when I was younger, my question used to be, how do you live? Do you live outside in or inside out? And we actually live inside out.
Yep.
Not outside in.
Yep, you're right. We are explosions. Every word is an explosion. But when we say inside out, that's what an explosion is. Inside out. And so we are walking time bombs, yo. This thing right here have caused wars. It have caused ain't nothing more deadlier than the tongue, which is the sword. So the sword is the word. I taught y'all this in several videos. The sword is the word when you take the S off. But all of this stuff right here is real deep, Karen, because I would love to hear what Santos got to say about this Most High being the darkness. Yeah, you know, meditation. Like I said, we can go and create new worlds in this darkness.
Be honest, listen as well. When we said that reality is inside your head, everything is in darkness.
Yeah. Even this
everything,
reality.
your brain, your subconscious. It's your eyes that see out. Not, I know they're connected to your brain, but like your brain, everything that. This reality where it's inside you, but everything is in the dark in there. Ooh.
Yep.
1 second, I've just got a phone call. Carry on, just answer that one. 1 second. Bro, that bit we were talking about, the reality is inside your head and everything is in darkness.
We're creating our reality from the inside out. I'm sorry about that. I was just in the chat for a minute. Shout out to everybody still with us. We're going to keep this bill going. So basically, you create within the darkness just the same way when we go to sleep at night and close these eyes. You flying over cities. Some of y'all, some of y'all swimming in the Bahamas. You know, some of you live in the country, but you're dreaming that you're in Africa somewhere. Are you really there? Where are you? Think about what I'm saying. I say this a lot, but I'm going to be redundant today. If you're dreaming and someone kill you in your sleep, you don't wake up from that dream. Projection is all there is. If you're dreaming, if you go to sleep right now and you dream that you're in Zimbabwe, guess what? And you die in your sleep, you don't even remember being here. Wherever you are in that dream, you assume that reality. So if you was dreaming you were in Zimbabwe and we come in your house and kill you while you dreaming that, you just stay in that dream. When you most of the time when you dream, you have a family, you in the middle of the dream, you got a job, you know all of these strangers. Shout out to Morgan Ellis. And you in a world that you just created of millions of people. When you dreaming, you recreate the sun. You got the moon, you got clouds, you got the wind, the ocean. The North Pole exists in your dream, but guess what else? Guess what else you recreate in a dream? You recreate yourself in a dream. We're not physical, y'all. We're just thought. We're not physical. You recreate a whole nother brain in your dream. Think about what I said. If you dream right now and I kill you, we're going to bury your brain in the ground. But you walking around in your dream with a whole nother brain, whole nother lungs. When you dream and you running in the dream, you get tired. Why are you getting tired? Where you get lungs from? I thought you would sleep in the bed. How is your heart beating in the dream this fast and you in the bed sleep? Because you're a multidimensional entity. So if you notice when somebody dreaming and they running fast, you can look at their sleep body and feel their heart. You'll see that their heart is beating fast, even though they sleep, because they running in their other body. They're running inside of their brain. And this world that exists outside of you also exists within you. That's why you're able to recreate this whole place inside of a dream. In fact, you think about how powerful the mind is. The mind is able to duplicate itself an infinite amount of times to recreate you over and over again. Because when this body is asleep in a dream, the mind has recreated a whole nother brain, a whole nother nose, a whole nother set of lungs, a whole nother sun and moon. And think about this. What if you go to sleep inside of that dream? Now here's a third brain, a third pair of lungs. What if you fall asleep inside of that dream? See, you just keep projecting inward because the universe is inside of you. So when you die, what happens? You close your eyes to go where? To the darkness and make a new world for yourself. And we start fresh from the womb all over again. But it's nothing that you don't go anywhere but within. The mystery of our reality is simple. It isn't a place. It ain't necessarily a place. It's a person, a place, and a thing. The word noun is the word nun. Nun is nut. Let me share my screen real quick, Karen.
Yeah, go for it.
So noun is a person, place, or a thing, right? So noun is a person, place, or thing. Keep that in mind. Let me get some artwork up here for you. So a noun is a person, place, or a thing. That's what we were taught. But you want to know the truth here today? A noun is a noon. We got some. Okay, so noon. It can you guys? We got some background noise on the panel.
It's me. I'll mute.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up in like 2 minutes. So many people are familiar with these women. They are called nuns, N-U-N, but really it's pronounced noon. Noon is 12 o'clock because that's 3. 1 + 2 is 3. The Trinity is the woman, which is the triangle, or the vagina is a triangle. It's the pyramid, but the pyramid is the pi. Pi, Ra, medium. Pi, Ra, medium. There's something called a pirate because of this. He's selling those waters. That's where you get the pi. He's using the sun. That's where you get the Ra. Pirate is really a person that understands this cosmology. That's why they're able to even navigate the seas. But let me get back to what I'm trying to tell you here with noon and now. You look at this nuns or this noon's headdress, you can see that it's the shape of nut. Now, the key word here is new, because this is where we get the word NEW from. All things become renewed through the darkness. So the sun and moon every now and then gonna disappear into darkness. You call it an eclipse. Guess what? Every last human has an eclipse called life and death. You disappear into darkness and you come back again. All right, that's called dying and being reborn, reincarnation. All things are renewed through the darkness. Now, a new moon is a dark moon, and a newborn baby came from out of darkness, and a new day happens after a darkness called sleep. So darkness is the string theory. It's what weaves together our whole existence, is sandwiched in between clips of darkness. And it happens on micro and macro. So throughout a day, your whole day is sandwiched in between you blinking your eyes for moisture, because Nut is darkness, but she's also a form of moisture. Okay, we're talking about the moisture that's synonymous to a woman's pregnant belly. That's why she's an arch, and she's represented as the waters above. So you will see men on boats selling those waters, symbolizing reincarnation. Because you go through the waters to be born. You go through your mother's pregnancy, her fetal sac is filled with waters. So baptism is a ritual. When the Christians baptize somebody, they lay them horizontal and they close their eyes and get wet under the water, and then they stand them back up and they open their eyes. That's what happens when you die. They lay you down horizontal and you close your eyes under the ground because you dead, and you lay parallel with the earth because you're ready to take your trip. And guess where you go? To the waters above. What are those waters symbolic of? The waters inside of your next mother's fetal sac. So we are baptized every time we come in and out of life, in and out of existence. We're born of water and spirit. Spirit is air. But the Christians took this all and corrupted it and took us away from nature. This is literal stuff.
We're already in the womb then. We're already in a womb.
When you were born out of your mother's womb, you was born out of a micro womb into a macro womb. So now you're still covered by the goddess Nut, or the night sky. And what this place is a big pregnant belly waiting for you to give birth to your soul over and over again. And it's a continuum, because we're enclosed under an arch with waters above, but you don't literally go there. The micro representation of that, where you literally go, is to your next mother, because you're enclosed as a baby under her arch and you're in water. And this is what Nut represents. So the darkness is a portal, because when you the womb, the tomb is the womb. When you placed in your casket, you at the same time you placed in your next mama. It's a baptism. So you're laid down horizontal in the ground, and you raise back up again vertically from out of those waters, and you're born of water and spirit, just like the baptism of the Christian, what they showing you. See, the casket is shaped just like a yoni, symbolizing the womb. The word Om is Om, and it's what's in the word woman, is what's in the word omen, which is a covenant, because the covenant is the covering. Nut is the covering. She covers us. A pregnant mama covers her baby. So your first cosmos was inside of your mama. Your second cosmos was inside of Mother Nature, where you are right now, waiting to be born again, 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 because it ain't no end to it. So it's just a big continuum what we in. And all things come from this primordial sea called the darkness. But now let me break something down to you before I pass the mic back. Noon is noun. Noon means balance. When it's noontime, it's in the middle of the day. And that's what she is. She's balanced. So a nun is a noon. You can see with the headdress here, noon is 12 o'clock. And 12 o'clock on a clock is pointing upward toward the Most High. Can I get a flat power? When you look at a clock and it's 12 o'clock, the hands are pointing up toward the Most High, toward noon or nut. And 12 equals 3, which is a trinity that point upward and from the center of our earth. You can see it in a lot of cosmology. And I'll break that down in a minute, but let me wrap this up. They told you that a noun was a person, a place, or a thing. And that threw you off by them using one word called or. That or shouldn't be there. I'm here to tell y'all today that a noun is a person, a place, and a thing. Think about what I just told you. Let me break that down to you. The goddess you looking at in front of you, she's called Nut or Noon, none, right? Now, if you look at this goddess, she's a person. She's a person, but she's also a place. But she's also a thing called a cosmos. But she's also a place. All right, but she's also a person. She's a person, place, and a thing. She's a noun. She's a noon, and so are you, women. You women are a person, place, and a thing. You're a thing because you're this outstanding creature that we just can't quite grasp all of the magic of you. So you're a unique thing, but you're a person, you're a mother, you're a wife, but you're also a place for the newborn baby. You're a cosmos for a newborn baby. You're a person, place, and a thing, not a person, place, or a thing. We're a person, place, and a thing. We're a trinity. All right. So I get worked up when I get into this stuff because I love it. Flat power. So remember, when you say none, N-O-N-E, take the first N off. It's the one. It's the one. There's no such thing as nowhere. What nowhere is now here. Nowhere is now here because you're always in the present, or the serpent. The word serpent is present, and that is the great mother. Now we can go deep into this, but I think this will be a good climax spot to probably go on with another question, because you keep that concept in mind of noon, now, none, then you'll get what I'm saying. Yeah, let me get back to this panel. I hope I wasn't too long there. Y'all still with me?
No, you weren't. I'm just trying to add Santos. That's why and anyway, I was muted because there was a bit of feedback. Yeah, that's really grabbed you, that part of it, hasn't it?
Yeah. This is crazy because this darkness is the magnetism of our reality. It's crazy because we got Santos on the panel now.
Santos is here. Hello, Santos.
Hey, how you going?
Hey.
How you doing, bro? Hey, how you doing, Santos?
Great, man. Thank you. Yeah, I managed to get off the other thing I was doing, so here I am.
Hello, Santos.
Hey, how are you?
Very much appreciate that you've done that, Santos.
Yep, no problem. The last one we did with Bro Sanchez was a little bit later, so I thought we were going to go on at the same time, but it doesn't matter now. It's all good.
Hey, I want to say something also before we get into it to Santos. I want to make an apology to you, my brother Santos, and I want to say I'm truly sorry for the last stream. I was so passionate that I was cutting you off a lot. I went back and listened to it, and I was like, man, it was a good stream. It was a lot of powerful information, but you know, all the information is good. It's just that, you know, I want to be able to have more control and respect for the panel. That's something I'm working on, and I just want to admit that right now. I'm sorry for cutting you off so much last time. I'll be taking notes this time, so I won't do that.
No, not at all, brother. You don't have to do that at all, Absolutely. I've got as much respect for you as you have for me. That's obvious. And so we have to work with each other, learn each other's material and each other's viewpoints. Possibly you, I'm thinking you might misunderstand some aspects of my work. So I'm going to try and clarify that for you. Just tailor make it for you, whatever comments that I'm going to share today, and sort of possibly just try and help you see what syncretism's really all about, because everything you said was right. I don't have any problem with any of your videos. I've seen them, tens of them, and I love them, and your material is correct. My syncretism is agreeing with this, except that in probably one critical point, in that what I've discovered and proven is that there's an operating system. It's intelligent, it's magnetic, and it comes from atum or nut, which are anagrams of each other. So it expresses itself in language. It's linguistic and numerical. Hence, all is atum and all is amun. Amun is numerology, backwards, numa, and atum is, in Greek, etimos, means truth. So the universe is based on truth through letters. The letters do not belong to the demigods, even though the demigods or the archons create through the same tools as the prime creator, which are letters and sounds and numbers, etc. So when the demigods create this cosmos and the universe, they use God's energy, but they use a what's called in Krishna science or Vedic science, God's marginal energy. God has three energies. It's a trinity. It's dielectric, magnetism, and electricity. And electricity is known to be a hybrid. Yeah, let's shut this door.
Hey,
can I just say something that, to be really honest, Bro Sanchez was just talking about most of this just a minute ago.
Yes, it's the same thing. I see it in Bro Sanchez's work. It's all there. It's all there intact. It's all well done, perfectly. It's just a viewpoint that many scholars, which I believe, just don't see what I'm seeing with syncretism, which I'm hoping to be able to express in 10 minutes. So just give me like about 10 or 20, but usually it'll take more. I hope I can be exact and succinct enough. But
can I say one thing, Santos? Can I just say one thing? Bro, stand in front of the camera. He's come on like you, Santos.
Mm-hmm.
He's wearing a hat on your
right. Yeah, love it. Yeah. Anyway, so God's transcendental potency is dielectricity, static electricity. So it's the black light. Hence, Krishna, Christ, is always black. See, most scholars, they don't understand that Christ is a principle, you see, and it's the principle of black light. See, Jesus is the principle, the coexistent, eternal, conjugate principle called magnetism, which is the soul of the universe. Dielectricity is the spirit of the universe. The spirit is one, the soul is seven. And so what you have is God's internal force, dielectricity, marginal force, magnetism, MM, and God's external force, which is material, solely material. Electricity, El, Bel, the demon god, that's the demiurge side of God's nature. And El is a vibration, redshift, blue shift, transverse wave, material things, water, earth, all of these elements. So the four elements are actually Yod, He, Vah, Jehovah. And so we have energy, God, expressing itself. The dielectric pulse of the universe is the longitudinal wave. And its conjugate partner, Radharani, Krishna and Radharani, always together, yin and yang. When they move, mag in Sanskrit means to move. So obviously here you see the Godhead is rest, Christ, crest,